The boys had been little angels on the chartered flight from their great-aunt's house to the island of Samoa. The car rental had gone off without a hitch, and now both Jasper and baby Will were napping in the back seat as their daddy guided the car down a strip of asphalt beside the sea. A warm wind whipped through Harley's hair, sunlight glittered on the ocean, and all was right with the world. Or as right as it could be, considering she was going to be spending the next month sleeping in the guest room of a man she had put in prison. A man who had emerged from prison to become a hardened criminal and spent the next several years of his life hunting her down with every intention of breaking her soul into tiny, jagged pieces, and maybe killing her when he was finished. Jackson Hawk had been derailed before he could prove if he had it in him to go completely psycho killer on the woman who had ruined his life and destroyed his career. But if things had gone a little differently, Harley had an ugly feeling that she would be 6 feet under right now. Sure, she'd apologized profusely, Jackson had accepted, and they'd all agreed to move forward. But she knew most people would consider her batshit crazy for agreeing to spend her summer vacation at her sister's house, isolated from the world on an island with a former mortal enemy. But for Harley, it was just another slightly dysfunctional family gathering. Nothing she wasn't used to after being raised by a psychopath and the mother he'd destroyed. She could get through this with her eyes closed and one hand tied behind her back. Right? Harley swallowed hard and tightened her grip on the oh shit handle above the door. Beside her, Clay chuckled beneath his breath. "It's going to be fine," he said, reading her mind, as usual. "Stop worrying." "But I like worrying," she said, picking out a loose thread on the car seat with her free hand. "It's not too late to get a hotel for the entire trip, you know. We already have a room for tonight, and there were long-term reservations available at 3 different resorts, and a couple of nice bed and breakfast places. I checked." "Of course you did." She wrinkled her nose in his direction. "If you still want to go to the party later, we could hire a sitter to watch the kids. And I bet the boys would love to swim in a pool. Pools are fun for small people." Clay nodded. "Think Will's going to be doing a lot of swimming, do you?" "It's never too early to start teaching kids to swim," Harley countered, not in the mood to indulge her husband's sarcastic side. "By the time he was 2, Jasper could make it all the way across the lake on our old property. He was swimming like a fish way before he could read." Clay cast an amused look her way. 2 years, babe, not 2 months. "So, I'm going to be a more proactive mom this time around." Harley lifted her chin, refusing to concede defeat. "I'm going to anticipate things, prepare for things." She glanced over her shoulder, making sure Jasper was still asleep, before adding in a softer voice, "Things like the fact that my sister's enormous, scary husband might be planning to strangle me in my sleep and orphan my children.